Hi and welcome back to Koko Sleep, a podcast of original children's bedtime stories and meditations designed to make bedtime a dream. If you've been listening since episode 1, thank you for coming back. I'd love to know which story you've enjoyed the most. And please don't forget to tell your friends and family about it. They may enjoy listening too. I wonder if you can remember the episode where we drifted around the world on a cloud. We imagined looking down over the land and across the ocean and saw lots of amazing animals and wonderful landscapes. Tonight, we're going to do something similar. In this special bedtime meditation, we will float into an enchanted bubble and go on a magical journey. We'll drift over fields and streams and up into the starry night sky. As we bob along, we'll watch our bubble magically change colour, and as each colour changes, you'll feel sleepier and sleepier. And, very soon, you'll drift into a deep, restful sleep. Settle down in your cosy, warm bed and take a few moments to get as comfortable as you can. This is A Magical Bubble Journey by Gillian Rogerson. Take a big, deep breath in and breathe out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Wriggle your fingers and toes and snuggle down into your cozy, warm bed. Take some more deep, relaxing breaths. Breathing in and out. In and out. In and out. Every breath you take makes you relax more and more. Your bed is soft and cozy and warm. Now close your eyes and imagine you're floating into a big, clear bubble. It's cozy and warm inside the bubble, and it's just as soft as your bed. The bubble is a magical one, and it can take you anywhere in the world. It can even take you up to the stars and the moon. Make yourself comfortable inside your magic bubble. Feel it lifting you higher and higher as it carries you gently through the blue sky. See the fluffy white clouds floating along above you, and birds stretching out their wings as they soar and dip through the sky. The sun shines down brightly, and you can feel its warmth floating into your bubble and wrapping around you like a hug. You drift effortlessly along in your bubble. It takes you across a large green meadow that's filled with beautiful flowers. The long grass in the meadow sways gently in the warm breeze. A calming scent floats up from the flowers and finds its way into your bubble. You breathe in the relaxing, soothing perfume. Breathing in and out. In and out. In and out. Every breath makes you relax more and more. Your bubble bobs along over the meadow and floats closer to a cluster of ruby red roses. You look closer at the roses and notice how silky smooth their petals are. Each one is different to the one next to it. Delicate ribbons of red magically rise from the roses. They glide smoothly around the outside of your bubble. You watch the ruby red ribbons as they swirl and twirl around the magical bubble and gently cover it. The bubble slowly begins to change colour, and it becomes a deep shade of red. It's the same ruby red as the roses. The colour makes you feel all warm and cosy inside. You snuggle down a little further in your bubble. You feel so very restful. You take some deep, relaxing breaths, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. You feel warm and snug and so very peaceful. The bubble drifts away from the red roses. As it bobs on its way, the red colour begins to fade from the outside of the bubble. You watch as it fades more and more and more until the red has completely disappeared and your bubble is clear once again. You are carried on further over the flower meadow. A bumblebee flies next to you, and you hear the pleasant sound of his happy buzz. He's so fluffy that he looks like he's wearing a black and yellow jumper. The bee buzzes away and heads towards a patch of purple primroses. Your bubble floats over the primroses and towards a group of yellow daffodils that dance merrily in the soft breeze. The bubble takes you closer and it bobs gently next to the daffodils. You look closer at the flowers, and the colour of them reminds you of sunny days and playing outside for hours and hours. Delicate ribbons of yellow rise from the daffodils, and they move gently around the outside of your bubble. You watch as the yellow ribbons swirl and twirl around the magic bubble. It slowly begins to change colour, and it soon becomes a shade of bright yellow. It's the same yellow as the daffodils. The colour makes you feel warm and cosy. You sigh happily. You take some deep, relaxing breaths, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. Every breath relaxes you more and more. Your bubble drifts away from the dancing daffodils, and as it travels along, the yellow colour fades from it. You watch it gently disappearing as it fades more and more and more. After a few moments, the yellow colour has completely gone. Your bubble continues to carry you softly across the flower meadow. You look through the bottom of the bubble and see a cute hedgehog shuffling through the grass. He looks up at you and smiles. You smile back. You drift towards some fruit trees where ripe oranges hang like baubles on a Christmas tree. Your bubble moves you smoothly towards the nearest tree and hovers next to it. You can smell the tangy scent of ripe, zesty oranges. Delicate ribbons of orange rise from the fruit, and they glide gently around the outside of your bubble. You gaze softly at the orange ribbons as they begin to swirl and twirl around the magical bubble. It begins to change colour and soon becomes a vibrant shade of orange. It's the same colour as the delicious looking oranges on the tree. The colour makes you feel warm and cosy. You snuggle down some more in your soft bubble. You take some deep, relaxing breaths, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. You feel so very relaxed and peaceful. Your bubble carries you gently away from the orange fruit trees, and the orange colour starts to fade from it. You watch as it fades more and more and more, until all the orange has completely disappeared. The bubble begins to rise, and it goes over the top of a leafy tree. You look down and see a family of birds resting inside a nest made of twigs and soft moss. The mother bird is singing a soft lullaby to her babies. The soothing song makes you feel sleepy. You look at the leaves on the tree and notice how glossy and green they are. Your bubble touches them lightly and rests there for a while. Soon, delicate ribbons of green rise from the leaves and move around the outside of your bubble. You watch as the green ribbons swirl and twirl around your magical bubble. The bubble slowly begins to change colour, and it becomes a soft shade of green. It's the same colour as the glossy leaves beneath you. The colour makes you feel warm and cosy. You can still hear the bird's lullaby, and you feel sleepier and sleepier. You take some deep, relaxing breaths, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. You drift deeper and deeper into relaxation. The green colour starts to fade from the bubble. You watch as it fades more and more and more, until all of the green has completely disappeared. Your bubble gently takes you away from the trees and drifts onwards. Fluffy white clouds float effortlessly through the blue sky. Beneath you are green and brown fields that are separated by low walls. They look like a patchwork blanket sewn together with threads made of stones. Your bubble now carries you downwards, and you go towards a trickling stream that sparkles and twinkles in the sunlight. The bubble bobs a little lower, and it takes you closer to the water. Golden fish swim in and out of shiny pebbles that lay like jewels on the riverbed. As you gaze at the golden fish, you see delicate ribbons of gold rising from the fish. They twist through the clear water and towards your bubble. Then they move slowly around the outside of it. You watch as the gold ribbons swirl and twirl around your magical bubble. The bubble slowly begins to change colour, and it becomes a glittering gold colour that shimmers in the sun. It's the same colour as the golden fish in the stream. The colour makes you feel warm, cosy and sleepy. You take some deep, relaxing breaths, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. The enchanted bubble bobs away from the sparkling stream, and as it drifts on, the gold colour begins to fade from it. Your gaze softens as you watch the gold fading more and more and more until your bubble is completely clear again. Your magical bubble is so very soft and so very cosy, and drifting along inside it makes you ever so tired. You yawn and yawn again. You are so very sleepy. The bubble carries you away from the sparkling river, and it bobs over a wall. It drifts towards an avenue of small trees that are covered in pale purple flowers. A cloud of beautiful pink butterflies land on the flowers, and they slowly open and close their delicate wings. Your bubble takes you closer to the butterfly-covered trees and hovers next to the closest one. You gaze softly at the lovely butterflies and watch as they slowly flutter their wings back and forth. Tendrils of ribbons drift from the purple flowers and also from the pink butterflies. The purple and pink ribbons twirl around each other in a dance, and then they move towards your bubble. They move smoothly around the outside of it. The bubble slowly begins to change colour, and it becomes a swirling pattern of purple and pink, the same colours as the flowers on the tree and the resting butterflies. The pink and purple pattern makes you feel warm and cosy. You snuggle down even more inside your soft bubble. You take some deep, relaxing breaths, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. You become sleepier and sleepier with each breath you take. The purple and pink colours start to fade from the bubble. You watch as the colours fade more and more and more until they have completely disappeared. Your bubble is clear again. The bubble turns away from the trees and drifts upwards. Up and up it goes. You feel as free as a bird flying through the sky. Your bubble continues to rise and passes through soft, fluffy white clouds. Delicate ribbons of pale blue float from the clear sky and move gently around the outside of your bubble. Then ribbons of white come out of the fluffy clouds and wrap themselves around the bubble like a magical mist. You watch as the pale blue and creamy white ribbons swirl and twirl together around your bubble. It slowly starts to change colour and becomes a calming mixture of blue and white, just like the cloud-dotted sky. The colour makes you feel warm and cosy. You can't help but yawn, and yawn again. You take some deep, relaxing breaths, breathing in and out, in and out, in and out. You feel so very relaxed and peaceful inside your magical bubble. The bubble continues on its journey upwards, going higher and higher. The pale blue and creamy white colours begin to fade from the bubble. You watch as the colours fade more and more and more until they have completely disappeared. Up and up you go, snug and warm inside your magical bubble. The pale blue of the sky around you slowly turns into a dark shade of navy. A few moments later, the navy turns even darker, and now you're traveling through the night sky. You feel even more snug and cozy inside your enchanted bubble. You are so very sleepy. The magical bubble stops moving upwards, and now it glides slowly onwards through the midnight sky. Softly and gently you bob along. The first twinkling star appears. It shines brightly in the night sky. More stars appear, one after the other. Dozens and dozens of silver stars sparkling like diamonds. More and more appear until the night sky is covered in a blanket of glittering stars. You notice silver ribbons drifting from the stars and watch as they move towards your bubble. To your delight, the stars float right into your bubble. They join together and create a sparkling silver blanket. The blanket rests lightly on you and wraps you in a starry hug. The silver blanket is so warm and so very soft. You feel so very, very sleepy now. Your bubble carries you through the twinkly night sky. It gently bumps into a star as though saying hello to it. The star changes colour. It becomes as red as the roses that you saw earlier. Your bubble moves on and touches another star. This star turns yellow, the same colour as the dancing daffodils. Again, your bubble drifts along and it touches another star. The silver star turns as orange as the fruit on the trees that you saw. The bubble carries you on and rests gently against more stars along the way. One star turns into a glossy green colour, the colour of fresh leaves. Another becomes a glimmering gold colour, just like the fish in the stream. A star turns purple, and the one next to it becomes pink. They reach out to each other and hold hands. Two more stars change colour. One becomes a pale blue, and the other turns into a light shade of creamy white. The bright full moon appears and sends moonbeams dancing through the night sky. The sight of the moon makes you feel so delightfully drowsy. Your magical bubble carries you towards the moon, and it bobs gently at the side of it. The stars that changed colour move towards each other. Ribbons of sparkling colours float from each star and make a large rainbow that arcs across the dark sky. The magical midnight rainbow sparkles and twinkles. Your bubble has one more place to take you. It drifts gently towards the rainbow. Through each twinkling colour you go, feeling more and more sleepy with every colour you pass through. You float easily through the colours: red, yellow, orange, green, gold, purple, pink, blue, white. Your eyes grow heavier. You close them and put the silver star blanket more snugly around yourself. You are so very sleepy and so very cosy. Your magical bubble is as soft as your bed. You drift deeper and deeper and deeper into sleep.